This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
It's a Monday. We'll attack and dominate. Tito, Bobby, Bodie with you. Lots to talk about today. Big weekend in college football, the NFL. Big weekend in life of Bobby Carpenter. I would like to know, Bobby, what is your record now as a celebrity hockey game head coach?
Well, for sports that I was involved with coaching this weekend, we went undefeated, so that's all you need to know.
Look at that. How was the hockey experience?
I think I had a better team, though.
You had a better
I'm not going
team?
to sit here and say that I was the better coach, but I think we had the better players.
You sound like you may have yelled a lot yesterday.
Not really yelling, just it was fun.
Okay. Just saying your voice
I get to
sounds...
sit. No, I appreciate that. It's like my mom goes, "You look really tired." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You look washed out and exhausted.
I told you.
You look like you need a nap. Hey, Bobby, your voice doesn't sound great. You look like you sound like you yelled a lot.
It sounds like you probably had an exciting time out there. That's all. Look, my mother-in-law said to me one time, "Jeff, you look different." I said, "Oh, different, bad, different." She said, "Oh, just different." Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. I didn't. But Bob, sounds like then you had a hell of a weekend there.
Yeah, it was fun. The score was 22-20, so a lot of goals.
What is like a Pro Bowl out there? I guess it was. It sounds like to me.
That's why I joke with him.
Think about sitting you down, Jim.
This is
Can't do that, man. That's my net. They just scored 10 goals. Right now, it's everybody's net.
That's what I told him. This is like the NBA All-Star game. It's 195 to 191.
Right.
But it was
heading into the fourth quarter.
Well, here's the thing is, it was all chill and everybody was fun until you get to the end and then everybody wants to win. So you watch guys, and my son RJ came with me. I'm like, watch the different levels as they try to elevate.
Right.
And when they want to actually go, watch their stick skills and them shooting versus the, quote, celebrities out there that are playing. Then you could see the difference.
So Nash played.
Yeah.
Atkinson played.
Yeah.
Yes. Other current former players out there like...
So former Jackets on my team, we had Nasher, Gudbranson, Jean-Luc.
Okay.
Wisniewski was one more. That may have been it on our team. I don't want to feel bad. I may be leaving somebody out.
No Dom Taberry, though.
Yeah, Coach. Come on now. You can get hurt out there.
Was Fish out there? Local celebrities, right?
There was nobody from the fan there.
Nobody fan except you. Other than you.
Which is kind of a travesty. The fact that it wasn't covered is mildly disappointing because it was really good.
That's fair. I didn't think about that, Bob. Yeah. Were there any stage fake fights?
Yeah, they had a goalie fight.
They had a goalie fight? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fun.
One of the goalies was Nasher's best friend growing up, and he actually was pretty good. He had a couple of really nice saves. They had some of these hockey influencers there that came. These dudes, they just had great stick skills. It was like the N1 mixtape and what they did. And they had a penalty shot with him, and he stopped one of them. The guy could not believe how he may have just gotten lucky.
Yeah.
But he was great. He got it.
No injuries, I hope?
Everybody walked off, which was awesome.
I did see, I don't know if I might share it with you guys. Maybe I'll send it to you during the break, but I did see a photo from Your Highness's event up in Toledo where someone was being carried.
The legions of fans?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's from the event, but the guy was being carried. Looked like it was not reluctantly. I think he might have fallen or something. He was being carried, though, at the event, it looks like. Big win for
his eyes open.
His eyes were open. He was smiling, but my eyes were even glazed over also.
Okay.
But,
glazed.
Big win. Nothing worse than glazed eyes.
I love a good glazed donut.
Ohio State gets a win this weekend. Nice win. Nice methodical win on homecoming over Minnesota. We'll talk about that here from Ryan Day later on. Vikings beat the Browns overseas 21-17.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Indeed.
You know, though, by the Bengals, by the way, they lose to the Lions.
Suck. Yeah, they tried.
Bengals lose 37-24. Jets do stink. But the Cowboys, they get that win, Bodie, 37-22.
One game back in the loss column.
Okay. You know they play next week, right?
I
I believe they play Carolina.
I was going to say, I knew it was somebody bad. I was trying to come to my senses there. And
Rico Dowdle yesterday.
Yeah, a revenge game.
Yeah, he had 206 yards.
Did he really?
In their game,
200 yards? Jeez. I was caught a decent amount of that game on the red zone there because there was a lot of blowouts in the 1 o'clock window.
The Panthers over the Dolphins, 27-24.
Yeah, hotly contested Super Bowl preview.
Yes, right.
Coach, nothing was
Panthers,
crazy.
Dolphins.
Who was playing? Who played the Saints?
The Saints
that
game.
would be our poor boy Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
The Rookie of the Year odds probably took a hit yesterday.
Yes,
I'm like, you're
loss.
losing to the Saints. They're not even trying to win.
Right, yeah. That was a bad game for them.
Do you think Your Highness is going to double down on the Giants winning the division?
Probably get some better value now.
Yeah, look at the odds now. You may as well. Now's when you chase it. Now you got to chase the Jackson Dart one.
Double down.
Philadelphia did lose, so they didn't lose any ground.
Right.
Based off of where they were.
One game, one life.
So the Giants.
Speaking of.
Fall to, what's that?
Oh, boy. I've heard they're thinking about changing the Frank Broyles Award to the Chris Ash Award.
Oh, yeah.
Defense is hot all of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
Nobody can score.
Yeah, you're right. The Giants are a mere 3 games out of first. 5 games into the season in the NFC East.
A lot of ball game left.
A lot of ball game left. You're right on that one. That is true. So we'll talk NFL as well. Weird weekend in college football with a couple of games.
Mr. Franklin.
Big game, James.
What about little game, James?
How about this first segment? We do a segment, Bobby, called Who Dis. We'll get some imaging done on it. And I want to know, who dis? Does that say more about Deshaun Foster or more about James Franklin? That loss. The fact UCLA is able to do that with their interim coach, does that say more about Deshaun Foster?
Jay Neuheisel calling plays.
Right, Jay Neuheisel calling plays.
27 years old.
Is that all he is? 27?
Yeah.
I knew he was young. I knew he was that young.
Maybe 30. He's not very old.
Okay, but does that
First
say
time
more?
ever.
Yeah. Does that say more? I'd retire now. Quit now. But does that say more about Deshaun Foster and his inability to coach, or does it say more about James Franklin, the way he whined about after losing to a team that traveled cross country?
I was going to say,
him having to travel cross country and also losing.
Let's be fair.
Yes.
Yes.
Who
that's the
knew
answer,
that
yes.
when UCLA joined the Big Ten that they would have to play games in Los Angeles?
Right. It's I don't know how much further it is to go from Eugene to State College as to go to State College to L.A., but
Guessing it's roughly the same.
I'm assuming it's also about the same. But, God, what a bad loss for Penn State. Texas losing to Florida. I don't know. Billy Napier should still be fired. I don't care. But now he's bought himself some more time now. But if that's what you're going to do is just like lose a bunch of games you're supposed to win and then finally win one you're not and then lose a bunch more games. I mean, at some point you got to get off that roller coaster. That's what contestant number 1 said to me right before the demise of the relationship. You can be bad for so long and then do something good and to be bad again for a while.
You're still in the hole.
You're still, yeah. Just because you came through on the birthday, there's a lot of days before the next birthday. All right, Bob, make us smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, General, do your thing.
I may or may not have dropped a bruise on the legs a long way from the heart
Good
yesterday.
for you.
Yes.
And then at the end, Bodie, I threw out 40-second shift change, 30 seconds. I'm like, empty the tank. Let's go. Let's spin it. We got to go. Pour it out
You
here
don't
at
know
the
what
end.
to do.
It is Monday, October 6th, the 279th day of the year. Only 86 days remaining in this 2025.
Pause for effect.
Well, pause for a drink.
That too.
The state 1884, the Naval War College is founded in Rhode Island. The state 1966, Oriole Jim Palmer at the age of 20 is the youngest to pitch a World Series shutout.
And what, 66 you said?
1966.
That was against
yes.
the Dodgers.
Do you know that off the top of your head?
Good job out of you, Tito.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really great. Good job out of you.
Abe Lincoln, 12th president.
Close.
This date, 1969, Come Together is released by the Beatles.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me.
Top 5.
Oh, no, Bob, we're not doing this today. It's not, you've got, no, it's not top 5, and
It
it's
is
not
top
in
five.
your top 5.
It is. I like them together. Top 10. Maybe not top 5, top 10. Sorry, I missed this one. 1956, Elvis Presley, The King, Love Me Tender.
Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my
Bobby,
darling,
I love you.
I love you.
Real toe tapper, that one.
I think that was in the end of a movie, a Western he was in, where I think he may have died and was like singing it from like almost like a heavenly type thing. I think that's how the movie ended, if I'm not mistaken.
Why not?
Movie called Love Me Tender, I believe also.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Not quite yet, but maybe later. This thing, 1979, Sad Eyes hits number 1 by Robert John.
Okay, who's saying that, Bobby, again?
Robert John. Man with 2 first names.
Okay, see that right there, though. That's one of the songs where I don't really know until you just said that name if it's a man or woman singing it. Could you tell? Like, do you?
No clue.
I couldn't tell you that. But it's
I
one
never
of those,
heard
yeah.
of that song before.
Oh, yeah.
It was number 1, though, on this day in 1979. Also on this day in 1979, Pope John Paul II is the first pope to visit the White House.
Not the Michael Irvin White House.
No, this was
Okay,
the
gotta be specific
United
on this one.
States
Okay, got it. Yep.
presidential mansion. This day, 2007, Jason Lewis completes the first human-powered circumnavigation of the Earth, which sounds pretty terrible. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Rowing a boat through the Pacific Ocean,
No thanks.
no thanks. And then this date, 2010,
The downfall of society.
it really was. We could trace that back to 15 years ago today. That may, if it wasn't the apex, we were close. And since then, it's been a drop. Instagram is founded.
Even with Instagram, I remember the time you could have 100 testers on test flights. We had maybe like 80 people using it. We were always like, well, is it ready? Like, this thing could be better. We had like 16 filters. Like, are they the right ones? We had all these different conversations about whether it was time to launch. You know, there's like entrepreneurship cliches, like, if you're not embarrassed by the first thing you ship, you like waited too long, which like is maybe a useful thing to like put on a poster, but like in the details, it's a little hard to say. You know, it's like, well, but you know, do we have this feature ready? You know, I look back at V1 of Instagram, I was really proud of the polish around the core features, and there was stuff that was comically off. Like the second something got more than 30 likes on a post, it totally broke the UI on launch because we didn't summarize it. So you would just have everybody's names. Like there would be a wall of text this big. We didn't do any comment truncation. It was like all sorts of stuff that in some ways table stakes. But on the other hand, it was probably like another week or 2 of dev. And I think, you know, timing can matter, and getting out there and starting to react from actual customers really matters.
Look at you doing some real research there. I thought we were going to get Exchangeogram.
I was one of the founders of it there.
I don't think I've ever
remember his name.
posted on Instagram in my life.
Are you on Instagram?
I don't know if I am. I get,
What does that mean?
I don't know if I am. Bob, I
What
don't
are you,
have,
1,000? I don't know if I am. It's not like someone can just put you on there. You guys,
I get notification. Like I got a notification right here from
that's part of the problem. Turn your notifications off.
Skip's wife. Says you might want to follow her. So I guess I am on Instagram then.
But do you actually go to the place where you can do that?
If I get a link, I might go to it, but I don't seek it out. Maybe I should, Bob. Should I? Is it a waste of my time, or should I do it?
I've seen some clips.
That's where I get a lot of clips. Yes, I'll see clips on there.
Turning 76 today, Thomas McClary, the founder and lead singer of the Commodores. Kevin Cronin turning 74 today, the lead singer of REO Speedwagon.
Every word I said when I said that I love you, I meant that I love you forever. And I'm gonna keep on loving you, 'cause it's the only thing I wanna do.
Mid to late 70s, they were on a run.
Coach, I saw them in Vegas in 2000 and maybe let's call it 2008.
Yeah?
They're really good.
There.
Def Leppard, REO Speedwagon, back to back.
Wow.
Nice. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, REO Kevin Cronin was the lead singer there, and then he's still touring. I think he's doing like REO Speedwagon songs in his catalog. He still tours with like Styx and things like that.
Some people say Styx is the greatest American band.
Styx is good, man. I'm telling you.
You know, I don't know if that's fully true or not, but either way. This date turning 70 today, still alive. Former Colts head coach, Bucks head coach, Tony Dungy.
But as I found out, my old coach, Tony Dungy, who won a Super Bowl as a safety for the Steelers, had a taste of the Iron Man life back in 1977.
You know, I played 15 minutes both ways my rookie year. Elvin Bethea, who's in this Hall of Fame, knocked out Terry Bradshaw and Mike Kruzek in the same game. I'm sitting there thinking, what is Coach Noel going to do? We don't have a quarterback left. And I get this tap on my shoulder. Hey, you're the quarterback now.
Thus into Pittsburgh's quarterback vacuum stepped a man with the unlikely name of Tony Dungy, an ex-Big Ten quarterback who now plays safety. Dungy was entrusted with the job of moving the Steeler offense. The only hitch, Dungy had never taken a snap as a professional quarterback.
Only got to have an interception and I think throw an interception.
Last guy to do it. Last guy to do it.
Really?
You know, when they played both ways, a lot of guys did it, but since the merger, no one did. If those were still the rules, where would I have played you on defense?
Well, you know, it's different in baseball. You can kind of hide your slowest guy at first base. I don't know, maybe very weak safety, probably.
I see you as a free safety, a ball hawker.
Yeah. On certain
Read the
passes,
quarterback.
they better be coming right to me, you know.
That's good. I didn't realize that's a great trivia question. Last guy to have an interception and throw an interception. We played quarterback in college.
Yeah, he played Minnesota.
Yeah. And then he played safety in the NFL. But that's amazing. Great story there. Good job out of you, Bogues.
Thank you, Bob.
Finding that. Oil Can Boyd turning 66 today. Probably the best nickname of any pitcher you're going to find.
Pete Rose, when he saw him when Oil Can was a rookie, and saw him warming up all over.
His nickname is Oil Can.
That's when the Phillies are playing the Red Sox in an exhibition game, and Rose is talking to like Yaz and guys like that, and Jim Rice, and they said, Pete's like, who's that guy out there? He said, oh, that's Oil Can. And after a while, Pete says, I'll tell you what, tell that trash can to throw me 3 pitches, I better get a hit off of him. He comes the trash can, is what he called him.
That's amazing. Good for him. An exhibition, that's what Apollo lost to Ivan Drago in an exhibition.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Ricky Hatton, the Hitman, born on this date in 1978. Unfortunately, he died earlier this year. Richard Seymour, the 3-time Super Bowl champ, turning 56, or 46, not 56, years young today. Trevor Lawrence. How about that?
Duval.
Turning 26 today. And Bronny James.
Yeah.
21.
Uh-oh.
Celebrations.
The pick is officially in. It is a moment that we have all been waiting for. So let's send it to Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum for the Lakers' 55th pick.
With the 55th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for that pick. I was so excited. I read about it the next day. There's no way I was waiting for that pick.
I was so excited I read about it the next day. There you go. Some passings today. Passing away on this date, 2020. Johnny Nash, I Can See Clearly Now.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way.
Is that a good thing, see all the obstacles in your way?
Yeah.
See clearly. I see everything that's blocking me now. I don't
If
think
you're think of if you were driving, Thitoff, would you want to see the obstacles or not?
Yeah, if I was driving, I would. But I'm just saying, like, if just like in life, though, like.
So, what do you think you're doing in life? You're the author of your story.
I'm saying
you're driving your existence.
The book is still unwritten.
If I go outside right now and it's raining so hard that I don't see, diabetes, old age, teenage kids coming up. If I don't see those things, I'm fine. If I go out there and see clearly, oh God, look at this. I got all these obstacles in front of me now, Bob. I think it should be more upbeat to say the rain's falling. I can't see the crap in front of me.
So you're more of the ignorance is bliss, is what you're telling me.
Ignorance sounds almost derogatory the way you're using that.
Yes.
I would just say head in the sand.
Perfect.
All right. I don't need to take the pill like in the Matrix or whatever. Did they take a pill? Was there a pill you had to take a Matrix?
I've never seen that movie.
Okay. Anyway, I don't remember how all. Nonetheless, I would rather just not know all these obstacles in my way.
Ignorance is bliss. Betty Davis passing away on this date, 1989.
Nice eyes.
Betty Davis eyes are amazing. John O'Keefe passing away in 1978.
Was it Otis and the Knights that did it in Animal House? Shout. Was that Otis and the Knights?
That sounds about right. And then this date, 1969. Do you know who is third on the all-time majors list?
Third all-time majors. You're talking
Golf.
about golf. I'd say probably Watson.
How about Walter Hagen?
That guy too. I just
The 1919 U.S. Open at Brayburn, he's tied with Mike Brady. Hagen gets ready to line up an 8-foot birdie putt on the 72nd hole for the win. He has someone get Brady from the clubhouse so he can be there and watch this. The great Herbert Warren Wynn put it so he could watch his own funeral. Mike obliged. So the guy did it. He went out there and shivered in his spikes as Walter tapped his side hiller into the corner of the cup, only to have it twist out again and linger on the lip. So they went to a playoff the next day. Hagen went to hang out with his friend Al Jolson and got very little sleep, if any. And someone said to Hagen, "Come on, Brady's in the hotel. He's sleeping. Shouldn't you get some sleep?" And the quote from Hagen is, "He may be in bed, but he ain't asleep." And Hagen wound up winning.
There we go.
Mike Brady is who the competitor was on that one. I don't know if it's the same Mike Brady.
Tom's dad?
No, it's the same one from the Brady Bunch now. It's the same Mike Brady.
Oh, I'm sure.
Otis Day and the Knights was the name of the band in Animal House, not Otis and the Knights.
There you go. Jack Nicklaus with 18, Tiger with 15, and Walter Hagen with 11. Most people think it's Ben Hogan at 9. He's tied with Gary Player all time. Watson, as you mentioned, has 8. Some holidays and observances before we get you out of here today. If this will load back up.
I think we had one more in there, Bob. I had a Van Halen.
Oh
cut
my
for you.
gosh. How did I miss this? Eddie Van Halen passing away 5 years ago today in 2020.
I ain't the worst that you've seen. Why can't you see what I mean? Might as well jump. Might as well jump.
One of their top 5, Thitoff?
You know what? I don't go mainstream. That's not top 5 for me. It was a great song in the moment, but it's not top 5.
In the moment.
It was. Listen to it.
Now it's
outside the bus while going on the ski trip in the 7th grade. I remember it. Remember vividly. The girls singing it and loving it. It was great. But I'm just saying that as I've matured, and yes, contrary to popular belief, I have matured. I have changed my tastes on Van Halen songs a little bit.
Oh, okay. Broadened your catalog. If you
Yes,
want.
I have.
Some holidays observances. It's Come and Take a Day. It's Day of Unity. It is National Coaches Day, National German American Day, National Noodle Day as well. How about that?
Like a pool noodle or the food noodle?
It's a
Great question, Bodie.
Yeah, it
Unknown.
really is.
The rest is still unwritten.
Maybe both.
The rest is
Could be,
still
right.
unwritten. And World Habitat Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances. For this date, Monday, October 6th, 279th day of the year, 86 days remaining in this 2025.
Michael says that Eddie Van Halen's not dead. He's just in Panama. Good. Well done by you. Coming up next, Bill Bender joins us. Sporting News. Morning Juice.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force. In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Since 2003, Wounded Warrior Project has helped post 9/11 veterans adjust back to civilian life. Through specialized programs, they begin healing their bodies and minds while regaining a sense of camaraderie. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
When it comes to prostate cancer, go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Go to pcf.org today.
Day 1, the hardest day. The day you hear,
"This is a type of blood cancer."
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
He is Bill Bennett for the Sporting News joining us right now, and I'm going to ask the question, Bobby. I think that anybody who has Bill Bender on their shows today, which I'm sure will be on many shows, anybody who has him on the show wants the answer to this question. Is Jump a top 5 Van Halen song of all time?
That's a good leadoff question. I mean, yeah. It's in terms of popularity. I mean, I like Van Halen. They, like, off the top of my head, probably top 5. Yeah, and there's a lot of choices, though. Ranging from like Unchained to then you got to get into the Hagar years. But I would say Jump's the top 5 song, definitely.
I got So This Is Love over Jump. From what album was that? That was from it wasn't Diver Down. Fair Warnings, where So This Is Love is from, like their 3rd or 4th album would have been. So, have you seen anything from any other team that makes you think Ohio State is not the number 1 team in the country?
State's number 1. And I think you could make a case for Oregon and a case for Miami, but the combination of offense and defense right now looks pretty unstoppable from Ohio State. I mean, I've been marveling the last couple of days at Julian Sayin having an 80.2 completion percentage. There are a lot of quarterbacks that won't complete 8 of 10 passes in practice. So, I mean, that's the start. That doesn't mean they can't be beat, and that's something that I think is reflected in Ryan Day's press conferences. I mean, he is really at it this year. But who's number 1 right now? Yeah, they're number 1.
What has happened to James Franklin and Penn State at this point, Bill? Like, we've seen them lose big games in the past, but James always won games with superior talent. And frankly, Bill, they always covered the number, and they went out to UCLA and got soundly beaten and looked like they weren't ready to play until halftime.
You can run through every excuse for that loss: travel, letdown, quarterback. I couldn't fathom. I was texting back and forth with my buddies the other night, and I just couldn't fathom Ohio Ohio State in that situation and they lose to UCLA. Could you imagine your show this morning?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I can't even fathom it. And that's why I can't believe they lost. I think it's going to be tough for them to, not only to get in the playoff, but like justify this season. And I'm not saying they're going to fire James Franklin, but this moment kind of reminded me of the beginning of the end of the Lloyd Carr era at Michigan when they lose to Ohio State in 06. They turn around, lose to App State. I'm not saying App State and UCLA are the same.
App State's better.
But is that a fair point to say that? Like, I mean, it's been 40 years since 0-4 team beat a top 10 opponent. So you can say it's the worst loss in 40 years.
Is it fair to say then, safe to say that Indiana is clearly the third best team in the conference?
And I think so. And they got a chance to prove it on Saturday in a top 10 matchup at Oregon. Oregon, that's going to be a fun game. I'm getting ready to do the picks that I do every week here this morning, and I don't have a really good feel for that. I'm wondering if they can really go out there and compete with the Ducks. I think they will. And then the other game, I think, to get the team in who's going to be that fourth team, if Illinois loses to Ohio State, which I think is going to happen, then that USC Michigan game becomes very critical for both teams. If Michigan can go out there and win, they're going to be favored in every game until they play Ohio State. If USC can win that game, then they still have Notre Dame and Oregon on the schedule. If they can get to 10-2, they're probably going to go to the playoffs. So I think that's the big game to watch as well in terms of playoff positioning.
It's pretty wild. What, Bill, if you just looked at the whole landscape outside of the Penn State UCLA thing, was there anything else that surprised you, or what kind of you think you learned the most from in any individual game this weekend?
Miami's very good. You kind of think about, okay, what if Miami played Ohio State? What would that look like? Miami's got two good receivers. They both played well against Florida State. But then again, they kind of let Florida State back in. Mm-hmm. There was no it was 28-3. You have a receiver in the end zone, Daniels, start mocking the tomahawk chop. Florida State kind of battled back and made it a 6-point game. So that's one concern I would have with Miami. I mean, that was a big takeaway. And the other one was, it's a generational thing, but Vanderbilt did a lot of talking ahead of that Alabama game. A lot of talking. They get beat, and we're still kind of just letting that go. I mean, I give the Crimson Tide and Ty Simpson credit for winning that game.
Alabama's got a big one this week at Missouri. That's a noon kick on ABC, but it feels like, and look, in the SEC now, every week there's a matchup of teams ranked in the top 15, it seems like, several of them at least, because the Texas-Oklahoma game now loses some of its luster after the Longhorns lose to Florida. But Alabama's got a chance this week to make a real statement against Missouri, don't they?
They do, and I think my point in that with the Vanderbilt thing is I still think Alabama is the center of attention in the SEC. They're still everybody's big game. I mean, Missouri gets them at home, and this is Missouri's big game and big chance to prove it. And then it'll be Tennessee's big chance to prove it, and so on. So I think Alabama's got a really good team that it's a little bit different since Jim Miller came back. He adds a little bit of physicality to their running game. And right now they're my pick to win the SEC, even though I think Ole Miss will have a chance. Texas A&M will have its chance. I was as stunned as losing. I'm not as stunned that Texas lost to Florida. But the way that they're losing and that their offense isn't functioning, and now they head into this game against Oklahoma, where if Oklahoma beats Texas with a backup quarterback, I mean, you can write the Longhorns out of the playoff.
I mean, what is more surprising to you? What has happened to Texas, or what has happened to Penn State, Bill?
Penn State, because it's happened so quickly in the last 2 weeks. When you looked at their schedule, you thought, okay, they've got those 3 top 10 teams. James Franklin doesn't lose to unranked teams. They were going to go at least 10-2, get back to the playoff. We would have the same questions. I think for Texas, despite that SEC grind, I mean, even though they lose to Ohio State, I came away from that game thinking, man, they got a defense that can carry them a little bit. But it's just been hit or miss on the offensive side. To lose at Florida, I get Florida can be a tough place to play, but not that tough. So it puts a lot of pressure on them going into this week, which the week, just getting a first glance at it, there are 4 ranked teams this week that are underdogs. And Texas is favored against Oklahoma. So there are some head-scratching lines right out of the go.
Can Sark bench Arch Manning?
He could. I mean, if you like the guy, and it wouldn't be the end of Arch Manning. I mean, we've seen this. We see this in the NFL. Bryce Young got benched last year. He was the number 1 pick, and then he came back a couple games later. If that would be something that would spark the offense, it's possible. I mean, obviously, it would draw hundreds of headlines, but not hundreds, like thousands of headlines.
Yeah.
It'd be all we would.
Don't undersell it, Bill.
Yeah, like. We would be talking about it the rest of the week, unfortunately, if that happened. But it's possible, and maybe that jump starts the offense because, as you know, Bobby, the Oklahoma game gets weird every year. That's an unpredictable game with a lot of unpredictable things that happen in it. So maybe that's one of the wrinkles. Oklahoma looks really good, by the way, even without Mateer. I know they played Kent State, but they have a very good defense.
It's amazing to me that at this point in the season, if you told me the 3 SEC teams ranked higher than Alabama, I wouldn't have picked Ole Miss, A&M, and Oklahoma. I would have said, Georgia, LSU, they'll be ranked ahead of Alabama. That's no problem. But the fact they've got those 3 teams ranked 4, 5, and 6, the Rebels, the Aggies, the Sooners, is a bit surprising to me. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, they're going, as pollsters do, we tend to reward undefeated teams, and Texas A&M's kind of that undefeated team that nobody really loves, but they continue to string together wins around Marcel Reed and that defense. Ole Miss is legit, especially, and there was another surprise to the season when you have a transfer from Ferris State and Trinidad Chambliss have 3 straight 300-yard games coming off a bye week. They would be my top-ranked SEC team because they are undefeated. They have a good win against LSU. They've taken care of business all the way through so far, but they play Georgia in a couple weeks, and that's going to be another circle-the-date games in the SEC.
Miami beating Florida State. I know we kind of touched on it a little bit. Bill, I mean, is this the best version of Miami that we've seen here in the last 15, 20 years?
Yeah, and I think Kirk Herbstreit made a good point in the telecast that their biggest challenge over the seventh or the next 7 games is going to be the mirror. I could make a joke about myself there and the challenge at looking in the mirror, but the Hurricanes are very good, and I think they know it. That Carson Beck, the combination with Mark Fletcher, that, like I mentioned, the 2 receivers that both had 2 touchdowns in that game, and then a Ruben Bain-led defense that gets after it. You can see the team speed on that side of the ball. So, again, they don't play a ranked opponent the rest of the way. So the path to 12-0 is there, but every time we do this, as you know, they turn around and lose one that they shouldn't. So I do think Herbstreit had a good point there, and we'll see how they do.
Bill, appreciate the time. Thank you for that as always, buddy. We'll talk again next week.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
That was Bill Bender, Sporting News. Somebody in the chat, Bobby, wanted to know why we went with Jump when we're going to honor Eddie Van Halen. There was so much more in the catalog. They were questioning our decision to have Jump being played.
Leave it up to
Bodie.
I was going to say, you can blame me for that, I guess. Yeah.
Well, not blame. I mean, listen, credit is what I'd like to.
I mean, it's
what
probably.
do you want, Michael? I want all the credit and none of the blame.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably their most famous song, isn't it? I feel like. I mean, they got a lot of them, but.
I'm not going to sit there and refute
you're probably right.
And I don't know if this is a situation, with all due respect.
I like Van Halen.
Is this
not
like,
Van Hagar.
actually, trying to think of Robert Downey Jr.'s best movie isn't actually Iron Man. It's this. It's like, well, most people know Iron Man. So if tomorrow was his birthday, we'd probably play Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. That's all.
Jump, the beginning of Jump with the synthesizer was when Eddie Van Halen was really into that, where he's known for his guitar playing, obviously, but he was into that at the beginning of that song, and that was like their first foray into that type of music.
I heard Eddie Van Halen used to party with Charlie Sheen.
I bet that would not surprise me at all. Also, one
party
quick one,
till
Bobby.
4. Can't find the door.
Most of those guys we partied with are all dead.
Bill wants to know, have you heard anything, Bobby, about C.J. Hicks and other Buckeyes maybe taking a red shirt this year? Any rumors, anything you've heard? Or
we can get into that after this.
All right. Going to tell you some quick hitters next. Morning Juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases. And RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you. And learn more at heart.org/RSV.
Okay, let's go. Top row.
EYECARE?
Good. Next row.
AM America? iCareAmerica.org?
Yes. Eye Care America helps seniors who haven't had a medical eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
We're back. It's Morning Juice. It's Tito. It's Bobby. It's Bodie. We are brought to you, by the way, as always, sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. Make sure you check us out. We can get us on YouTube there, like you're seeing us now, a lot of you. The Fan app, HD3. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. And the Fan 2, 1460 a.m. from 1 to 3 p.m.
Or the podcast.
Or the podcast. Like, what the hell? Where can't they find us? That's
We're
what
everywhere.
we should start saying. Instead of where you can find us, we say you can't find us here.
I sent an email to Tyler in Digital today. I said, I have another idea of where we can stream the show. So whenever you get a chance, Tyler, come chat with me. Now, that may be completely implausible, but I thought about something.
Really?
I don't know.
Look at you. All right.
That may be an empty promise, though, so don't hold your breath on that.
Let's do some quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Or sleeping on the guest couch. Who knows? Bodie, how are you this morning, my friend?
Happy Monday, fellas. I'm doing great. You know, normally I like when this happens in September. I root for it to happen a little sooner than the first weekend of October,
Right.
but we
It
finally
gets
hit
cold.
one. Notre Dame and Dallas both won on a Saturday,
Look at
Sunday.
this.
It took us a little while to get there, but we got there. We'll start. I wanted to continue the college football discussion here, guys, along with just having Bill Bender on there. We'll get into the Buckeyes win over Minnesota next segment and get into the NFL after that. But continue some of the theme for college football here. Top 25 rankings are out, the updated top 25 rankings. Buckeyes still number one. They got majority of the first place votes, but still got a couple other teams getting a decent chunk as well. Ohio State number one with 40 first place votes. Miami at number 2 with 21 first place votes. Oregon, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M round out the top 5. I got a couple notes worthwhile here. The Hurricanes, that is the highest they've been in the poll since October of 2003. So more than 2 decades there. Texas Tech, they're at number 9, still unbeaten after a 35-11 win against another unbeaten over the weekend, Houston. Texas Tech, the Red Raiders are in the top 10. It's the first time they have been up there. They're at number since they were number 8 in the 2008 final regular season AP poll. So the Red Raiders, they paid a lot of money for that roster. It's worked out for them so far pretty well. The Penn State Nittany Lions, they fell all the way out of the top 25. This is from ESPN here. That matched the largest drop since 1959 Oklahoma. Our second biggest drop, Second biggest drop out of the rankings since 1959 Oklahoma, not counting preseason polls or the 2020 pandemic season. The 1959 Sooners went from number 2 to out of the top 20 after losing their opener to Northwestern. Before Sunday, the last time 2 top 10 teams fell out of the poll in the same week was September 16th of 1986, when it happened to number 8 Tennessee and number 10 Ohio State. That's with Texas and Penn State dropping out there. So, guys, let's start with the Penn State-UCLA game. When I kept seeing the score, because I kind of had it on my iPad off to the side, but I was watching the Notre Dame game, you just kept looking down, and it's like, what in the world is happening at the Rose Bowl to the Nittany Lions?
In front of tens of fans.
Yes.
He has all dozens of them.
My dad goes, that looks so depressing. Because there wasn't even anybody there to watch it. Here's the sad thing. I think if you maybe told UCLA fans that it was going to happen, I'm not sure how many more people would have been there.
Who cares?
I don't think they have security
maybe less,
there.
because the Penn State fans wouldn't have shown up.
Like, seriously, I don't think like there's ever a need for security to keep them from rushing the field. Like, if people want to run on the field after a win, they can do it. But the fact that they that after the turmoil UCLA's had, and to pull off that kind of win in a game where James Franklin should have his team so damn ready to play, and they laid an absolute egg there. No disrespect to Neuheisel or anybody else in that coaching staff. Franklin should not.
I mean, did you watch the highlights of it?
I watched some of the clips, yeah.
I told my dad we're watching the college football wrap-up show with Joey and EJ. And I'm like, that's the quarterback that was at Tennessee last year. He's like, I like that guy.
Nico?
Yeah, I'm like, he didn't do anything against Ohio State. And he's on a worse team now.
Yeah.
Honestly, they haven't done anything this season.
No, I'm like, how is he
and
just...
what a game.
How is he just running around? I'm like, I get it. I think Jack Neuheisel probably did a pretty good job of calling plays. But I also watched a scramble where he just broke the play broke down and he just ran for 50 yards. How is that acceptable? And my dad goes, man, Jim Knowles doesn't look so good now. I'm like, you know why? Because their players aren't as good.
Right.
It's a lot easier to be a great coordinator when you have great players. I hate to tell people that. That's a huge difference. Having great players makes all the difference in the world.
Bob, if you go into
chimpanzee,
it ain't about the X's and O's.
If you go into every game, you're a chimpanzee. Then we're going to say a chimpanzee.
A chimpanzee can call a defense if you got great players.
Wow. No offense, Matt Patricia. But anyway, Bob,
Matt Patricia, you go watch, because here's the thing. Last year's defense looks like you're eating the same meal every day.
Right.
This is like...
I do that a lot.
Well, of course I do too, because it's consistency and it's easy.
SpaghettiOs.
This looks like it is a tour. It's like the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Ooh.
You got 100 different things you can order.
It's like Epcot.
Yes.
So,
tour around the world.
Yeah, Bob, that's the thing I always say. That if you're a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator for Ohio State, almost every single game, you go in with an advantage in talent. Almost every, if not every single game, your guys are better than their guys. The old Bear Bryant or Bum Phillips quote about Don Shula, he would take his and beat yours and take yours and beat his.
Take his and beat yours and yours and beat his.
Yeah, so his. Yeah, so if that's the way you do it, it's either Bear
you
or
put
Bum.
the end at the end.
Right.
At the end.
Was it Bear or Bum? Do we know who said it first?
I know Bum said it. I didn't know Bear said it.
Bear said it also. So, but you know, Bobby, before you started playing college football, there would be times where teams would accept bowl bids while the regular season is still going on. Somebody may accept a bid to the Orange Bowl or to the Fiesta Bowl with still 2 games left in their season. They could lose them both. They're still going to the Fiesta Bowl, whatever it is. But I would right now,
we should bring that back.
I would say right now, though, if you could, would you sign up Ohio State, Miami, in the national championship game?
Oh, yeah.
I think you would probably get the 2 best teams.
Isn't that but that's the best?
From what I've seen now, I think there's Oklahoma. There's teams that have some injured guys that have something to say, but I think that at least one of those teams will be there, maybe both.
That would be great. Think if they did that, Bob. First of all, you'd be busier than hell, right?
I don't know about that.
You don't think people coming after like the 02 Buckeyes guys to get them like on radio hits and things like that to talk about Miami? I think they would. But no.
I can always just say no if I don't have to be busy.
Oh, but you wouldn't say no to those.
I say no if they're inconvenient.
If it's Ohio State, Miami.
If they're inconvenient, I say no now.
Then I would do this year. Say no, but my co-host might be available. That's what you should do. Somebody who watched the game from home, not somebody who played the game.
Do you guys think there's any chance at the end of this season, James Franklin and Penn State have a little bit of a Coach Cal leaving Kentucky and going to Arkansas sort of deal?
Where does he go, though?
I mean, there's a lot of programs that would still hire him, though, right? Like, I mean, half the ACC right now would probably
Arkansas
still take.
paid Cal like the same or more
That's
than
true.
Kentucky.
Yeah. What?
James Franklin's not in the business of walking away from dollars.
Is there?
Yeah, that's where, and I don't know. Did Kentucky pay him any buyout? Or?
No, because he wanted to leave, but he had Arkansas that was willing to pay him the same, if not more.
So it was just changing addresses, not changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
North Carolina might need a new coach.
Is there anything attractive about James Franklin?
Bad.
Any not physically. I'm saying anything attractive about
that shiny dome
as a head coach. Is there any can you think of a program comparable or close to Penn State that would say, you know what, this could be the guy for us?
It's a pretty high floor.
Yes.
You probably have to go to a program that hasn't been good in a while.
If Matt Rule, by the way, did Nebraska win this weekend?
They did. They beat Sparty. Yep.
Okay, so
beat them by a couple scores.
Yeah,
even.
So I thought they were winning, right?
Maybe Michigan State.
Well, yes, like a school like that, or a school like Nebraska, who's like, hey, we would love to just be 10-2 again.
Oh, yeah.
I know that we got greedy and said that Frank Solich wasn't a very good coach, and we fired him. But the last 20 years, Frank did a great job at Ohio University, and we could not sniff mediocrity.
Florida?
I don't know if their fans would be happy.
That would be, yeah. Because I was going to say, and I'm not saying it's a perfect comparison, but, and I know he played there and he's from there, so like that little bit of a different situation there. But when Miami hired Cristobal from Oregon, it's not like Cristobal was winning national championships every year at Oregon.
Right, yeah.
He did a good job, but I think Oregon fans would tell you, one, they upgraded by quite a long shot, I think, with Dan Lanning. But it's like, I think they would tell you, you're like, yeah, Cristobal was good, but we fell short in some big games and even some not big games pretty often. Now, Cristobal's got you rolling pretty well here so far this season, but Miami was so bad for so long that I think I think the Nebraska one is a good call. I think there's other programs out there that are like, you know what, we'd die to have 90% of what Penn State does every year. So
Clemson, Oklahoma State.
No way, Clemson.
No way, Clemson.
You can't fire.
Well, if Dabo chooses to leave.
Dabo's won 2 national titles. You need somebody who has, not only have they not won in a long time, like a national title, but like they're a team that was good for a long time, and they just haven't even been in that conversation. Like Penn State's been in the conversation every year.
That's what's so surprising about Saturday is you genuinely thought, okay, they're going to win out until they get to Columbus. Probably lose that game, but then they'll win their last 3 or 4 games after that, and they're going to be in the playoff again, and poor Penn State fans are going to go into the playoff thinking, okay, we have no idea if this team's good, but they went 10-2, and we'll see what happens in the first round. I think Oklahoma State's a good one. Yeah.
In 1976, I promise you, I'll tie this all back together. In 1976, baseball did their first free agent draft, where players who were free agents, and there were, I think, 24 of them, you could draft. And if a team, as many teams, up to 12 could draft you. So like Reggie Jackson was a free agent. Up to 12 teams could draft Reggie Jackson. And in that case, Reggie Jackson could only negotiate with those 12 teams. They had to be signed by one of them. So teams could draft, make people say up to, but every player can only drafted up to 12 times. And that would lock in the negotiation for them. And the Reds, coming off their second straight world championship, refused to participate. Like, they did not even try to draft or sign anybody because they were so against. They were so against the idea of free agency and paying players a lot of money.
Well,
now, Dabo did the same damn thing when it comes to transfer portal. He refused to participate in it, and it's still something that's setting them back. The fact that he did that. The Reds were very short-sighted back in 1976. Yes, Dabo
going back to my
was
base.
being short-sighted here as well. So when I remember that thing for that popped into my head. I have obviously nothing else to think about the 1976 baseball free agency draft. But the fact that right there, though, is the same thing that Dabo did when it comes to transfer portal.
They could keep playing Carolina each week, though.
God, that was built.
They are terrible.
Like Belichick, is he owed?
Gosh.
Does he want it? When I was in my single days, in between marriages, and if I went out on a date with a girl and I knew it was going to be a one-time date thing, like it wasn't going to go anywhere, I always would
when did you determine that would be the case?
Very early on, but.
When did they determine?
No. Anyway, I would always call them Odin. They were one and done. That's all it was. Is Belichick Odin?
I think it could be.
I think so.
I think so too.
I think they could go 2-10, and it could look that bad in that conference. Because I don't know their schedule off the top of my head, but I think
it's not hard.
I think Clemson was like the only.
I thought 8-4 was a real possibility for them this year.
Yeah,
mostly due to their schedule. I thought they would be.
And they may not go 4-8.
No,
might. There's a good chance they will go 4-8.
They may have to call in a couple of COVID forfeits to get to not lose 8 games or I call them no contest. Coming up next, Buckeyes get the win. We'll hear from Ryan Day next. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. NFL revenues were at an all-time high in the latest fiscal year, with the league racking up a staggering $23 billion in total revenue. They sent around $416 million to each of the 32 franchises. That's up nearly 9% year over year. Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, talk about how the NFL model correlates to local banking.
It's kind of weird to say, but the NFL model is similar to working with your local bank. Just like the NFL returns profits to its teams, by working with a locally owned bank, deposits are returned to that community in the form of business and consumer loans. It's a reinvestment that benefits the area in which we all live.
It is a total win-win for the community, the depositor, and the bank. Stop into our branch and see what a difference we can make together.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. Buckeyes get the big win on Saturday. And kind of a big announcement here, Bob, that I think got swept under the rug a little bit. I didn't hear much about this. But here's what Ryan Day had to say after the game.
Yeah, Coach, the Ohio State Notes, not sure you're aware of this, said with your win tonight, you've eclipsed the winning percentage of Newt Rockne, who is the all-time winningest coach percentage-wise in college football history. You don't qualify because you don't have 10 years in yet, but you're on the right path, it seems. Just what do you attribute 7 years of this and where you're at right now?
I'm glad you brought that up because this is the last game I'll ever be coaching at Ohio State. I'm going to hang it up, and that's it. I'm going to do a walk-off right now. I appreciate being the coach here.
The Tyvus laughing?
A long way to go. It has everything to do with the players, the coach in this place. When you recognize how long some of those coaches coached and you recognize, what they went through and, the seasons and the different changes, you just can appreciate how long they coached. And, some of these seasons here are like dog years at Ohio State, but I'm just fortunate to be here. And I know what the obligation is. I know what the expectation is. And so do these players and coaches. So we'll just keep swinging away.
Okay, Bob, this can't be all about money. But how does Ohio State knock it out of the park so well? And Ryan Day doing what he's doing, I know I'm not looking at the programs like we just talked about what Penn State's going through. And how is Ohio State and how is Ryan Day
not lose to UCLA? We did lose to Northwestern when I was here.
But I didn't want to bring that up, Bob, because I'm not saying it's your fault, but your people
go down by 17 over to them.
What about that Purdue loss? About 6,
what are we doing here?
Or the Iowa one.
What I'm saying though, Bob, is that how did they get to this point? How did Ohio State and Ryan Day get to this point?
You're a guy, Thitoff, of great personal discipline. I can tell by our interactions on a daily basis.
Yes.
I think most people will be able to tell that just by meeting you.
I think so too. That's fair.
Great program discipline of setting in place the right processes, bringing in the right people, not wavering on standards of professional and personal expectation, and then you just do it every day. It's kind of boring.
It's amazing, though, isn't it?
I'm not saying it's not, but it's not like Ryan's the only person that could do this. He's just one of the few people. Wade Phillips used to tell us this. He considered effort an attribute, like a characteristic, a trait.
Okay.
Because that guy plays with great effort. And scouts would push back on that, like judging that the same way you would say that guy's really fast. And he goes, that's a trait. We should factor that into our evaluation. And they're like, well, anybody can play hard. He goes, but why doesn't everybody then? And it's the same thing. Like, Ryan's really smart, but what he has done outside of that could be replicated by others. It's just not, because they don't have the discipline to be able to do it. They don't have the patience and the dedication to just do the little things right all the time, every day. Like, that's how you get really good. It's not sexy. It's not exciting. Ooh. Like, how do you recruit really well? Well, you develop great relationships. Why do you do that? Well, you talk to people, you be authentic. Like, you have something that you can provide them, but you also develop great relationships through the consistency of expectation of them knowing what they're going to get.
Every year when the last undefeated team loses in the NFL, the 72 Dolphins, whatever ones ever left, have the champagne. They toast themselves.
Mercury Morris?
Yes. I don't know. Mercury Morris still alive?
think he's with the Queen.
Is he?
I haven't seen him on TV in a minute, so I think he's...
Usually we find out how many Dolphins are dead when the last undefeated team loses, because you'll see that picture then. My wife and I, when we hear of certain people, not close friends, we hear of people that we know, though, getting divorced. My wife and I toast...
It's about a year anniversary of that, too.
We also do the champagne thing because those people thought their marriage would outlast ours. So, but I'm asking you this, though.
Like, you celebrate other people's demise?
No, just the fact that we're still there. No, but I feel the same way about...
the Mercury Board, like, when they would all get together and, like, open up a bottle, I'm like...
Right.
I get it. Are you celebrating your undefeated season or the fact that you're celebrating other people's failures?
Okay.
Both.
I'm telling you right now, though, I feel like as a Buckeye fan...
Which is it more?
As a Buckeye fan, I'm sipping a little champagne after seeing what happened to Penn State. You know, like when I see what happened to Texas this year, I'll sip a little champagne on that too, because I realize...
Did I need to watch him lose to know that Ryan was a better coach than James Franklin, though?
Didn't need to. I also don't need to know that. No, but just the fact that, Penn State fans must be nice. You know, just that kind of thing. That's the sound I make when I sip champagne, by the way. That's the universal sound. Tells you what champagne I drink. But anyway, though... But Bob, I think though, like when I see things like that, though, like what Penn State just went through, losing like that way, when I saw Michigan lose to Oklahoma this year, and granted, it's a tough team they're playing at Oklahoma there, but when I see things like that, though, it does make me more appreciate what we have going here. Here is Ryan Day talking about the secret to avoiding upsets. Would have been nice to tell James Franklin before this week, but here's Ryan Day's secret to avoiding upsets.
The first thing is it has nothing to do with our opponents. You've heard me say that before, and I guess it sounds cliche and boring, but it's true. We don't like save things for other opponents because maybe we circle them on it's about our training, and we believe that if we train harder than anybody else in the country and prepare harder than anybody else in the country, that shouldn't matter who we play. And so this year it's been interesting because you start with Texas, and then you have Grambling, then you go Ohio, then you go to Washington, now you're home against Minnesota. All of those weeks should have been the same. How we train should be the same. It's about us. The only people we believe that stopped us is us. And that's the way we look at it. Easier said than done. You have to have a bunch of guys that buy into that and believe in it. And you got to credit the players for showing up regardless of the opponent week in and week out. And that, to me, is what if you want to be great, you have to be great all the time. Otherwise, you're not great. You're just somebody that shows up every week and you don't know what you're getting. So that was a message to our team. Because it's about an identity, and if your identity is, that you want to be great, that you want to be consistent, whatever those things are, we have a list of what we want to be. You have to do that every week. Otherwise, that's not who you are. It's just what you can be. And we talk to our guys a lot about that, but there has to be buy-in. And I think our guys do buy into that.
So I hadn't even heard that I had not heard that clip yet. But it's amazing, Thitoff, that his kind of response sounded very similar to what I said.
Yeah, it was the same thing. Yeah, it was.
Because it's not a coincidence.
Now, Kelly in the chat asked a question, and I could have answered the question for you. Now, I don't like to speak on your behalf, Bob, but I could have answered it for you.
Why not?
Kelly wants to know, Bobby, would you, as your 18-year-old self, play for Ohio State today, not from a skill perspective, from a culture perspective?
Yeah.
I would think you would 100 times out of 100.
Some of these guys are kind of squares, though. I might want to go to a place that has a little more Sheen-style energy. That was the only thing. You and AJ and Schleggs, would you have been a good fit with the squares? Probably. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be okay. I honestly would appreciate a lot of the things that they do now that we didn't do then.
I could see you, Bob. You were at the game Saturday night, weren't you?
That is
so
true.
I know you probably didn't see a ton of the game down in Tallahassee, but I could see you coming off the field after a big sack or something.
Counting them out like
high-fiving Michael Irvin, who was on the sideline just going bat crap crazy again as the U was destroying.
Is that before or after
State.
he got rolled up on the sideline?
Oh, I didn't see that.
He got rolled up? I didn't see
Did that happen Saturday night?
Oh, him and Holly Rowe both.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yes, I did see the Holly Rowe part. I guess I didn't realize he was right there with her.
He was collateral damage.
Hey.
He got hit too,
Maybe he didn't feel it,
You're right.
There's a good part of that he may not have felt it. And he may have just been in the game. Like EA Sports, it's in the game.
Someone give him a helmet and shoulder pads.
I would like that. I like how the way they operate here is great. I really appreciate how Ryan does it. So, yeah, I would do that.
I don't know if you get into 18-year-old Bobby's head, but I think that Bobby now, though, realizes an 18-year-old what an opportunity to play for this team and play for this culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know
if I would have appreciated it the same then as I do now. But, yeah, I think I would have liked it because they make guys great.
Yeah.
They hold people accountable. And, like, everybody else around you is held accountable. You want to be – I've always enjoyed –
oh, here we go.
present company notwithstanding. I've always enjoyed surrounding myself with disciplined people.
No offense, Bodie.
So I would enjoy being there. Like that's why I always liked AJ so much. Is he's the same way all the time.
Yeah.
I was not. No, I showed up and did everything the same way, but I was always up and down and all around.
How does Ohio State keep the players they want to keep? Because when you come in here with 4 or 5-star guy, stud in your state, you come here and you don't get to play right away in some cases or play.
Everybody's the best here, bud.
Right, but I'm saying, though, how do they – because it seems like Ohio State doesn't lose players.
Because you're honest with them.
That they don't want to lose.
Why are you not playing? Like, you want to play. Why are you not playing? That's you have to.
Yeah.
This guy's better than you. Well, do you want to leave? Like, do you – and if you don't know that, then we missed it in recruiting anyway. If you can't be honest in your evaluation of yourself, then what are we doing? You know, that's all part of it. You've got to be able to understand and evaluate yourself and your film at a level that makes sense to where you're able to see, like, this guy is a better player than I am right now. My film does not warrant me getting more time. Or maybe it does, and then that's a conversation. And then that's like, I don't know who Ryan, I'm trying to think who he was talking about. I don't know if it's Bo Jackson. Someone out there that was playing, that he goes, they're going to be playing a lot more football at Ohio State. Was it Aaron Scott after he got Special Teams Player of the Week?
That's right, yeah.
And he's like, he's going to be playing a lot more football here at Ohio State. Like, he's done the things that are necessary to get him out on the field more.
Am I, as far as I can tell, Bob, it feels like we talk, and I was asked earlier in the chat by somebody, but it feels like we talk less and less about red shirts than we used to. And I'm not sure why that is.
Because they would come in and, like, you would have a plan to redshirt guys. Now, that's very rarely the case, unless it's like a quarterback or like a handful of guys. Like, John Cooper redshirted his entire freshman class one year.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Huh, okay.
He did that early on.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, if you're going to leave after 3, I'm not going to redshirt you then.
Okay, yeah.
Like, here's why am I redshirting guys? Like, just play as a freshman.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's that level of physical development. And guys, like, come in. Ohio State's not a developmental program. Very few positions guys need to get developed to a point where they need to be able to play here. Like, you're coming in. If we can't develop you, and plus guys enroll early and stuff now, so you have more of a runway to get guys ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're here for 6 months and you're still not ready to play, the question is, like, well, either A, are we really good at those spots and deep, or B, like, are you good enough to be here? Maybe the answer is no.
Yeah, it just seems like it used to be such a big deal.
Yeah.
And anymore we
and
don't.
Because you used to have to define it early on. Now you can play 4 games.
Right. You can play in the bowl game and not have a count, right?
But will you just let me finish?
Go ahead, Bob.
Like, before I literally say you can play 4 games. Then you're like, you had to jump in. You're like my kids. They just want to jump in and finish the statement.
Okay, go ahead, Bob.
What is the red shirt? What is the current red shirt rule?
I think it's 4 games, and I think you can play in a postseason game and have it not count as one of your 4, if I'm not mistaken.
So none of the postseason games count.
That's a good question on the playoffs. I'm not sure.
Correct.
None
it wasn't a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
none of the postseason games count.
I thought you had a question mark.
There was no question mark.
Okay.
None of the postseason games count? No, none of the postseason games count.
Period.
Not question mark. Didn't raise the voice at the end, Burgundy.
I did.
Okay, so none of the postseason games count. And it used to be, you have to play the first handful, and then there was medical stuff, different things. Now you can play 4 games whenever they are. It does not matter. And as long as you don't play in 5, you get that year back. So in theory, you could play in 8 of 16 games, smattered throughout.
Right.
And if your team is in the playoff and doing this other stuff like Ohio State, like those games don't count at the end of the year. So you can really play half depending on how the playoff works and everything else. And part of that was done like because you get injuries and things happen. So I say all that to say because we teased this at 6:40. So hopefully folks have been hanging in there with us, waiting. Because there was a question about a couple of guys about 35 minutes ago of whether or not, like, what the deal is. I believe maybe C.J. Hicks was one of the guys that was mentioned specifically in the chat. And so without divulging too much of what goes on and everything else, I will say this. The 4-game mark is a significant mark. And if there are guys who had played in 4 games at Ohio State or across college football, because I think this isn't a situation that's unique to the Ohio State program or anywhere really, is if there are guys who played in 4 but didn't play in the 5th, and there's not a significant injury that you know about, there's a good chance that they are going to be selectively redshirting. Maybe that includes the portal at the end of the year, maybe not. I don't know.
When we talk about the postseason, Bob, I want to get clarification on this. If you, I'm sure you know, but when you say postseason, that does not include conference championship game. Is that part of the regular season still?
I don't think it is. I think it's postseason.
I think it's postseason also. Okay, so you can still play in
At
that.
At least to my knowledge of it, I believe so.
One guy who is not going to be redshirted is Julian Sayin. Here is Ryan Day talking about his accuracy.
Well, because he played in the 5th game.
That's what I mean, Bob. I was just throwing it out there as a funny way to do it. Here's Ryan Day talking about Sayin's accuracy.
I thought some of the throws downfield were very, very accurate, made good decisions. Again, saw it well. But, when you can be accurate underneath and get the ball out quick, but then also down the field, that's when our offense can really be clicking on all cylinders. So we're going to watch this film and see some things that we're frustrated with. We know where we need to go and got to keep getting better. You keep hearing me talk about that because that's just the way it goes. You have to upgrade every week. But I do think that Julian's confidence is building, and I think his teammates, their confidence in him have continued to build over time. And again, I give the offensive line credit for working and straining to give him time back there. I give the running backs credit for their protection and also the receivers for their work every day in practice because that's how it works. That's how teams get better. And so we have to continue to recognize that because it's not normal. And that, to me, is what's going to make the difference for where we need to be.
Say looked great again. And by the way, I'm not going to take credit for lighting a fire under Carnell Tate, but he did go off after I apparently besmirched him with you last week, Bob. He did have a good game, so he must have been listening.
Oh, did he? A couple of long ones, I think.
9 for 183 and a touchdown. Yeah, not bad. I'm not going to take credit for it, but let's just.
But I'm going to take credit for it.
No, but it's just.
Take some credit.
It's a coincidence, yeah. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. But Bob, Julian Sayin, and sometimes because of the level of competition they've played, it might be a little more difficult to recognize his growth. But he seems more and more confident with each passing week in the pocket there.
I would say it's true. And that's what you're going to have when you have young players. Like, the more they play, it's amazing to think this and to say, but it's common sense. Generally, the more you do something, the better you get at it.
Checked out my radio career lately.
I said that's why I threw out there generally.
Okay, yeah, with the qualifier
I always throw a qualifier on it.
Yeah, you have to on
but
that
he's
one.
played a lot more football than he had a month ago. So he puts effort into it. They are critical of it. They evaluate it. He's always trying to improve, and subsequently because of it, he has improved.
Yeah.
So there you go. So my dad was like, man, he throws the ball really well. He puts it wherever he needs to. I'm like, and he goes, he gets rid of it so quick. Like, yeah, he throws on rhythm and timing. Like, he's a really good quarterback.
Coming up next, we had a surprise in the NFL last night. We will talk about that next. Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he was like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple of months later, I was, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby, I know we addressed it earlier in the show, but a couple people in the chat there, Patrick and Phil J, were wondering about your voice. Is it a horseman hockey game? Did he have to light a fire on his team?
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Ooh. Yes.
Little Jim Morrison out there.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe that. Maybe some of the drinks that I had after the game and during the game with the guys, because I was coaching, so I didn't have to do anything. So.
Was there a trophy?
There was not a trophy that was presented. But, yeah. No, there was no.
There was no like trophy to drink out of or something like that after the game.
Like a faux Stanley Cup.
Right, nothing like that.
No, we didn't have that. But it was cool, like hanging out in the locker room. Like I brought my oldest son RJ down there, and talking to Mark Roberge of OAR. Like those guys, they're all great. Jerry DePizzo did a great job. Who was on with us? Like John Lampley played. It was amazing. John Lampley played the Canadian national anthem that he learned about an hour before on the trumpet, and they brought that up, and I'm like, good for you. And I asked the Canadian guys, how'd he do? He goes, he did great. I'm like, I have no idea. Like, I've heard the Canadian national anthem. I don't spend time, like, studying it. But yeah, there was a little bit of yelling going on. It was, most of it was, like, I was outside coaching my kids in the morning, and then I went straight down there to that. So I had my UA coaching gear on, and they go, oh, hey, look
Under
at
Armour.
that, Coach. How you doing? And I'm like, I'm 2-0 today. Let's go 3-0. All right, let's stay undefeated. But I walked in there and I'm like, oh gosh, it's cold. And I had like a little sweat. It was like 80 degrees outside. I walk in there, I'm coaching, I'm sweating. I come in, I'm like, oh gosh. So part of it's probably the fact that I was just in cold air for 4 hours or like 3 hours yesterday. doing that.
What was the format of the game?
Normal. I go, wait, I asked Rick, I go, you guys playing 320s? He's like, I think so. Like, that sounds terrible. Now, they didn't call many penalties, but they did all, like, clear the zone and everything for, like, offside. Like,
did you go back in the locker room
yes,
for breaks after that?
Yes.
You did.
They were, like, the last one, I go, man, we're going to have a hard time getting these guys up.
You didn't have to put your gear, take your gear off, put your street clothes on. Did you have any of that or not?
Like this is some throwaway game in Rochester.
I threw some jokes out like that, and they like looked at me like just shaking their heads.
Yeah. No Russian players, though, in the room?
I don't think there are any Russians there.
Okay, I was going to say, because that can get awkward if you start talking about the miracle.
Good. Make them uncomfortable.
There's a reason. Like, yeah.
You can't find out what you're made of till you're uncomfortable.
Exactly. I'm not a huge fan of the Russian guys, but they're mostly. I think our team was comprised of the North American continent.
Deliberately left Russians off your roster.
And I asked Jean-Luc, Dorse, and Nash, I'm like, listen, I was like hammering these guys. I go, listen, if your kids are ever going to have a chance to play internationally, like talking about what sports they do, this and that, and like,
right?
Are they playing? They're playing for the United States. What team do you play for? The United States of America. None of this Canada bull crap. Your kids were born here.
Yeah.
Especially you have American wives.
You're right.
Your kids are American citizens. They are playing here. Don't give me that dual citizenship.
Yeah, you're right.
Crap. Multi-passport. All that. No.
Don't try to push your Canadian money on us.
Get the hell out of here.
Don't put that Canadian money propaganda. Leave. Get out of here.
Or you can pick up a rifle and stand a post.
That's what you
Either way. I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to.
That charity hockey game got a lot more serious. We said pick up a gun and man a post. Pick up a weapon and man a post.
I'm going back to my base.
That's, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of true. Sleep under the very blanket of freedom of which we provide, then question the manner in which we provide it. All those guys are awesome.
You just said thank you.
I'm not going to try to set international relations back with Canada. I don't want to do that right now, Bob.
They're all great, though. It was fun for me. And I told my son this, I go, these guys are all my age.
Yeah.
Cam Atkinson being the youngest, and so Cam just, is recently retired. And so he's a little younger. I go, but man, these guys are all like my age. And it was fun for me to be in the environment with them.
Mm-hmm.
And just the sporting situation. Well, and Jody's older than me. How Jody's him and Jean-Luc are almost 50 now. And they're out there skating around. But it was fun sitting in a locker room, talking, having those conversations. It was great.
If we got a hockey game up with just fan hosts and producers, so you can't take Pavolino, you can't take some of those other guys that might be in great shape. Just fan hosts and producers currently on staff. You can even take some of the ones that are like just fill-in guys too, okay? But fan hosts and producers currently on staff, would there be any goals scored?
Oh, yeah.
Who would be you'd be the most athletic out there.
You would need people to be able to stop the goals.
Sure.
Playing goal, the two dudes in goal, one of them was Nasher's buddy from growing up.
Okay.
He called him Oldie. He has like this Instagram. He's a garbage man up in Toronto, and he's got this huge social media following. There's a video of him when he went to New York, and he was walking around, and they were picking up trash. He went over and starts throwing the trash in the garbage truck with the trash.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, it's amazing. So he is the apex of a man. He may or may not have shaved a 6-pack into his stomach hair. And I don't know if it was really there other than that. He had a very round figure, if you will.
All right.
Real men have curves.
Let's take the former Ohio State athletes out of the equation.
What do you mean?
What would be, among everyone else here, who would be the biggest threat to score in a hockey game among fan staff?
You think I'm worried about Tyvus scoring?
I'm not. No, I'm thinking about
him out of that.
DeVere.
I'm pretty sure that he can't skate.
He might not. I'm just trying to say, though, among
Probably
everyone.
not.
Okay. He did do a Tyvus tries thing in
That's
hockey.
fine. Yeah, exactly.
But I can't remember how that played out. But who would be...
Why do you have to take the former Ohio State athletes out of it? I'm going to play in that game, and I'm going to score the most goals.
I would think you would score. I think you
Why would you think that? Just because I played football at Ohio State? That's like saying I played football there, so I should be a great swimmer.
No, because
those things are completely unrelated.
Because you're in great shape.
What does that have to do with skating?
It might have to do with skating. Honestly,
I'm in great shape. You should be able to play the trumpet.
If you and I are
Your
both...
lungs are strong. You can play the trumpet, right?
If you and I are both the same level of skater, Okay.
If. That's a huge qualifier.
Okay.
How about that Titans first win?
Okay,
hey, Bobby, you have 2 legs. You should be able to do this, right?
All right. Bodie suddenly wants us to move on from this one. I don't know.
Because this is, you keep saying like, as if that's not real. You know how many, it's like saying you're a great athlete. You should be a great golfer. Those things are completely unrelated.
Well, Bob, but there's such thing as being a natural athlete and being a good athlete.
That
You
has
should be able
nothing to do with skating.
I understand
You're a
that.
natural athlete. You should be able to ski.
Okay, if
you
you
ever
and I
skied before?
If you're on the same level of skater, who would you think would end up being better at hockey?
If.
You said you can skate.
If. Yes, because I can.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people that can't.
I can't. Titans beat the Cardinals yesterday, 22-21, as Bodie alluded to right there.
Did you guys see the Cam Ward interception turn touchdown?
Oh, yeah. Yes, the fumble rooski and all that. The fumble. Yeah, that was an amazing one there.
That game was absolutely back crap crazy.
The
shout out, sorry, Tito, not to cut you off. With that game, too, shout out, second week in a row, somebody dropped the ball as they were crossing the goal line. I don't understand how that has ever happened in the first place and continues to happen. But Deshaun Jackson left quite the legacy on the game.
You know how that doesn't happen?
Tuck it and
Tress used to say, hand the ball to the
ref.
The official.
Yeah, as opposed to drop it. Yeah, that's true.
That game where he did that was against the Cowboys.
Was it really? Oh, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I forget, second or third year.
Yeah.
I think 2007, maybe 2008.
Nice.
He was running there, primetime game, and dropped it on the 3. It wasn't even close.
Yeah,
that was before they had rules. We overturned it. We went and picked it up because guys saw that. And they're like, well, we blew it dead, so you can't have the ball. That was before they had the continuation, built-in rules around the replay because, dude, it's plain as day. That ball was dropped on the 2. It wasn't even the 1. He was so fast.
You didn't need replay for it.
You can see it with your eye. So it was, it was all the way back then. You need to watch, you've watched Chad Powers? Were you the one that told me about it?
I have not, no.
Oh, you would like it. Chad Powers.
Oh, okay.
Glenn Powell.
Hangman.
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
I have Hulu, and I didn't even...
Nice. That's always great. You're like, this show's on a streaming service I don't have. Actually, guess what you've been paying for the last 12 months?
I was like, I have Disney. I have ESPN Plus. And I'm pretty sure that in the thruple, when you put them all together, that was the third leg.
Oh, yeah.
And I signed up for it. I'm like, you get the QR code, and it's like, put your password. I was like, okay, let me go to my computer. I have a spreadsheet with all my passwords, and I clicked on it. I opened it up. It was Disney Plus or Disney and ESPN Plus. Here's the password, and I put it in, and it worked.
Bam!
And I felt like I just won the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie. I felt pretty confident. And then I watched Chad Powers on Friday night.
So
it was really good.
Last night, Patriots beat the Bills in another shocker.
That's wild. I have no idea what our records were. I felt good because I know the Broncos beat the Chiefs, so I was like, I know I had them.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Did you look at them or not?
I don't normally look at it till Wednesday or Thursday.
I don't want to know. I like the surprise of just the reveal. But I was like, man, that was definitely not on my bingo card. Patriots over Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23-20 on a field goal at the end there within the last 15 seconds to give the Patriots a win there, knocking the Bills from the unbeaten, which means that, are we down to one unbeaten team now?
None. They were the last. Philadelphia. That's right. Them and Philadelphia were the last 2, and they both lost yesterday.
Ricky Morris was having champagne yesterday.
With the Queen.
Instead of having tea, they changed it to
champagne. I think you're probably
brunch.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the fact, Philly was the one, yeah. So, anyway.
They blew a 2-score lead. Second half, definitely, maybe even fourth quarter alone.
I saw a charge on my DirecTV the other day, Bob. My wife was watching, I think, CSI New Orleans or Los Angeles, one of those, whatever it was.
There's a lot of them nowadays.
CSI Beijing.
She says to me,
pick a city.
I missed this one episode and I need to watch it. And I said, I'm sure it's out there streaming somewhere,
you
right?
need to, or do you want to?
Right. So she said, I don't know. And she said, do we have this? Do we have this? Yeah, we've got that. We've got that. And she goes through and she's looking for it and can't find it anywhere. Okay. So
everything is somewhere. It's just a function of, do you pay for it or are you willing to pay for it?
That's where so the crux of it was, though, Bob, that she realized she found it, but had to pay for it.
Yeah.
And it was $2.99 plus tax.
Well,
that's pretty reasonable for most streaming services.
You were also sitting in the chair, so you were found.
That's
you
true.
have to pay, though. That's
Yes.
the question.
So I see the charge come across. DirecTV.
Good for her.
$2.99.
Didn't even ask you.
No, she asked me. She called about it first. Hey, and I say, I don't care, whatever. So, but then I see
money long, Coach.
I see a second charge, and then a third charge.
It was per episode.
Yeah, but she only wanted to watch one episode.
Reasonable then.
And I said, how come we got charged 3 times for it? And so the first one I bought, it wasn't the right one. And then the second one I bought on accident, and that wasn't the right one.
Gosh.
So now it's $9,
$9
plus tax. So it ended up being like $3.26 or whatever it was per
The
episode.
episode that she had to see,
Yes.
she didn't even necessarily know
Right.
which one it was.
Right.
That's
So
tough.
it was a 1 for the price of 3. Not the best way to do business. I've seen 2-for-1s. I've seen buy 1 get 1. I've seen buy 2 get 2. I've never seen buy 3 get 1. That just seems like a poor business choice on her part. Tonight, Bobby, we've got a Jacksonville, Kansas City game.
So did she watch the other ones?
I don't, Bob. Look, at that point.
Because that would have my dad,
it's a loss.
My dad would have said, you're going to sit here and you're going to watch those other ones.
Bob, honestly, if we would have continued the conversation beyond the reason why she bought 3, it was time for me to get off the phone at that point. Because I didn't want to, because I would have been that way. I would you're going to watch all 3 now, right?
So did you watch the other ones that we paid for?
Yeah, I think, Bob, I don't care because now it's a sunk cost. It doesn't matter if she watched them or not.
That is actually the correct use of the term sunk cost, and I give you a lot of credit for that.
Thank you.
I would have made here's the thing. I would have told him, your time is not so valuable that it's more valuable than $3. So sit down and watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't care. It's like your kid with your food.
Staple their eyes open.
You put the food on your plate, you're going to eat the food. Okay? Doesn't matter.
Not full
You're going
enough.
to sit there until it's gone.
Twizzler T in the chat. Bob not so secretly wants to punch Tito.
No way.
My response was, if we ever dip in ratings, he'll punch me to get some good publicity for the show. I would think that if Bobby actually punched me on the show, I would think it would get a lot. Barrett would pick up on all stuff, right? Social media be all over
announcing.
Yeah, those guys would all go off it. But anyway, so like I said, if we ever get a dip in ratings, maybe we'll do that.
We'll do whatever it takes. Do you need a bank that truly values local business and in this town a chance to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here locally in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area. They're going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank of Dublin will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them in person at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's ironic, Bob, that it was Betty Davis's birthday on a day when you sound like Kim Carnes from Betty Davis Eyes.
I don't know if I sound like Kim Carnes. I wish I did.
Yeah. Coming up next, Taylor's Guys Juice, Morning Juice.
Hey, Columbus. It's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better, you've earned it.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Yeah, Bobby, on a Saturday when I'm working with
Mark
Reeser,
Sanchez.
I was working with Reeser near the end of our
Did you stab him?
game day show. Or whatever they Fan Sports Saturday is what we called it this time. We have a different name for it, it seems like every week.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fan Sports Saturday.
Game night this week.
Game night will be this week.
You guys will
yes.
be the Ohio State, Illinois. I
Yes.
just remember who they were playing Saturday. Post game and the Jackets pregame show, Tito. How about that?
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. You're right.
You're the lucky Pierre.
That's what I am.
Jammed in between.
Yes. Anyway, we're down to the last 3 minutes of the show, and I see the tweet from Schefter. It's like I bring the show to a grinding halt. We're wrapping things up. I'm like, looks like according to Schefter, Mark Sanchez got stabbed or something like that. And the Reese's like, where are we going with this? Do you have any more details? Nope, that's all I got. Sanchez stabbed. Details at 11.
On the injury report.
Yes. And then it comes out that he got arrested.
Stabbing. Also arrest.
What's worse, getting stabbed or getting arrested?
I would say stab. I feel like.
Stabs you can recover from. Arrest, it's on your record there. Right?
Stabbing the legs a long way from the heart, buddy.
Do you want the scar or the record?
Where am I getting stabbed
That's
at?
my question. Was this... I feel
And
like
how many
most.
times?
I feel like most of the time you're getting stabbed, it's probably in your torso.
This is what it
probably
said.
not a great spot.
Yeah.
You get a limb
lot
stabbing.
of organs
Yes.
in that area.
You can stab a muscle. That's not going to really. You might be walking with a limp, or you might be in a sling. You get a stab to the and you lacerate a intestine or a kidney or something. That might not be good.
It says, according to this, officers arrived. They found Sanchez suffering from several stab wounds to his upper torso.
God.
The second man, found in a nearby alley, had cuts to his face. That man, 69 years old.
So
it sounds like Sanchez.
That guy had cuts on his face. So is he a second stabbing victim,
don't
or is he
know.
the stabbee?
The 69-year-old man
stabber,
was
I guess. Sanchez was the stabbee.
working between the Westin Hotel and Indianapolis Marriott downtown, collecting used cooking oil as part of his job. Appeared to show Sanchez jogging into the alley.
They're pumping the grease traps.
And approaching the man's box truck. The two were seen talking before the interaction turned physical.
How did that even happen?
Probable cause affidavit. Sanchez allegedly opened the driver's door of the truck and climbed inside despite being told to leave.
I want to know. I wish I was there for this. There's so many questions.
The man told detectives Sanchez appeared intoxicated. Shocker.
Smelled intoxicated.
Smelled of alcohol and claimed to have spoken to the hotel manager who said the truck was not supposed to be there. When the worker tried to call a supervisor, Sanchez allegedly blocked him. The men circling the truck.
So here's the thing. Was the truck blocking an area that he was trying to get out of with a car?
He was jogging. So I don't think like he said, he was jogged in the alley.
He was drunk.
I
It wasn't like he was getting a workout in. How many people say, hey, you know what?
Sweat it out.
I'd love to see this video.
After a couple of beers, let me go for this jog.
I'd love to see the video because it says video shows the men circling the truck Like, they're going around like, hey, this might happen here. We might dance. Before a struggle broke out near a large dumpster, detectives say Sanchez threw the victim toward the dumpster, the 69-year-old man. Okay? Sanchez. And the two fought between the truck and the wall. The 69-year-old told police he used pepper spray to defend himself. But when Sanchez continued advancing, he thought, this guy is trying to kill me, and pulled out a knife.
Let's talk about competitive excellence.
Okay.
He was willing to take pepper spray and not be deterred. How many people you know that get hit with pepper spray and
You're
they
right.
say, you know what?
Down and out.
I'm going to walk right through this. You pepper spray a dog and it's going to turn around. Mark Sanchez, that's what you're looking for. That's the guy. I want the guy who wouldn't take the test. All right? That's Mark Sanchez.
The reason I did the deeper dive on that is because somebody in the chat.
I want to see that kid in the net who wouldn't take the test.
That's
Bobby
Mark Sanchez.
Wouldn't want to ruin his reputation beating Tito up. It would equal out to just like Mark Sanchez beating up the grandpa. That's what they're saying. Is it?
But so here's the thing. You're telling me a pepper spray and a knife?
That's next level drunk.
Who is he, Dwight Schrute? How many self-defense mechanisms do you have on your person?
That's true.
I've never carried a pepper spray or a knife or a gun in public. That guy had two of the three that I just meant. Not yet. I'm hoping in my life at this point, Bodie, I'm not going anywhere that I would need those.
That's fair.
And second of all, even if I felt I was going to a place that I needed to defend myself, I would be able to do it with just Law and Order right here. All right? The two peacemakers. All right? And I wouldn't need something, because if they were going to write up my arrest for drunken disorderly or assault, they wouldn't have to throw in a knife line item in there as well. But you had to stab that guy?
How does Sanchez, what's his plea? How can you say, you know what? I didn't know the guy was 6'9" when I stabbed him, or I didn't.
Sanchez got stabbed.
Oh, got stabbed. I was so drunk that I got into the truck illegally. What defense do you have for that?
My thing is, if he was blocking the whole way the whole right of way where people couldn't get around him, and I have no idea. I'm trying to imagine. He said an alleyway. I don't know if there was a valet deal or the cars were parked at a hotel. I don't know. Maybe there was somebody behind the guy that needed to move. And Mark Sanchez was just trying to be a good citizen saying, sir, we should move no, I'm not moving. I'm pumping the grease. Well, he's not supposed to be there. And if the manager told him that, you know what? Then I'm going to move the truck myself. I'll do it myself.
I want to see the video, and I hope
I would love to see this.
When they were circling the truck, I hope they were snapping their fingers, getting ready to get to a brawl, get ready, we're going to have a fight out here.
This is Beat It by Michael Jackson?
I'm looking like a musical, where they're fighting, not the Crips and the Bloods, but what's the movie that, where the New York Street
Gangs in New York?
No, the New York Street Gangs back in the 60s. A musical.
Gangs in New York.
Guys and Dolls or something like that. That's what I'm thinking of. Isn't that what it is? Or with the Jets, the Jets were another.
Benny and the Jets?
I lost where I was going there. Let's move on.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
West Side Stories chatters came through with the Jets and the Sharks.
Honestly, the Mark Sanchez situation has me juiced.
Just when let's go to top Charlie Sheen and all that. I need something else. Oh, thank you, Mark Sanchez.
Is he still calling games for Fox?
That's why he was in Indy. He was supposed to be calling the game. I got to believe he didn't.
So that was the
Brady
night before.
Quinn filled in for him, yeah.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
So BQ, they're like, hey, can you drive over from Dublin?
Yeah.
You live 2 hours away.
Where was Big Noon Saturday? Michigan, Ann Arbor, right?
Yeah, but he would have probably been
in the
back.
area.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
They probably didn't call him until Sunday morning. Or late Saturday night.
Late Saturday night, they probably did.
This wasn't
news broke pretty late Saturday afternoon. What'd you?
It was
when
2
you guys
o'clock.
were
I think we were done
okay.
at 2, and so it was 1:58 or 1:53
on Saturday.
Yeah, is when
yeah. So he probably drove there straight from Ann Arbor.
Yeah,
or if they flew him in, that's not a big deal. So wait, was that Friday night it happened?
It would have happened Friday night, Saturday morning, midnight-ish. Yeah, whatever that was. Yeah.
That's why when you said came out Saturday, I'm like,
yeah.
Tell me this didn't happen in daylight, because that even makes it better. Middle of the day, you got in a fight and got stabbed. How many people you know have been stabbed in daylight?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, Bob, also, though, it's Indy. We're not talking about New York. We're talking about Chicago. We're not talking about L.A. I can't believe midnight in Indy is that rough of a town.
I don't know, man. It sounds pretty wild. But that's got me juiced, dude. Hearing that and hearing the details surrounding it, wow. Like, Schleggs always talks about being gas station ready.
Yes.
That guy was gas station ready.
So I'm trying to figure out. They arrested Sanchez. Did the other guy get arrested? He stabbed him.
He stabbed him. I'm not sure if he got arrested. Let me take a look on that one. I'll see if I can find out. I was getting all this information, by the way.
They found the other guy. He stabbed
59.
him. Like, are you telling me that that's self-defense? Maybe. I don't know. Is that excessive force? I mean, Brady wasn't in the fight. Sanchez didn't have any weapons. I like Mark personally. We worked together at ESPN for a couple of years. And if I ever left my phone open around him, he would always get on there and do these crazy selfie pictures and videos, him and Vilma. And it was like, I always found Mark to be a great guy. He was teammates with Mangold. We go to New York and hang out. I like Mark a lot. That's got me juiced. Not the fact he got stabbed, but the fact that he persevered through pepper spray.
I don't believe the guy was arrested. It says the family wishes to remain anonymous due to the attention about the incident, but said the man was cut in the fight and it went through his cheek and hit his tongue.
Ooh.
Well, the 69-year-old man.
Did Mark grab the knife from him and turn it back on him?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I'm guessing Mark didn't have a knife when he showed up to this.
He probably didn't, yeah.
This is unbelievable. There are so many details of this. I need to see that video.
We need the video.
I need the video.
Sanchez initial hearing is set for Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. He was issued a $300 cash bond, and he posted bond.
Of course, that's $300. Good for him.
He was processed, was still at the hospital, so he's technically out of jail on bond. It does not say anything about the other individual being
good for Mark.
Arrested.
Love him. What else has got me juiced? The crazy game of hockey yesterday down at the Ice House was awesome. A lot of fun hanging out with those guys and raising some money for the Johnny and Matthew Godot Foundation. It was a great event and good turnout, 22-20. So if you like scoring in hockey, it was an offensive game.
I'm disappointed.
It was fun to see my other kids. My other two boys, we had games on Sunday. They played well, won, and other than trying to make sure my kids know to carry the football high and tight so we don't fumble it, everything else was great. They did a great job, and it was a lot of fun and had a blast. So a nice weekend, going to the game, seeing taking my son down there, and just getting a chance to see everybody and watching them play was a lot of fun too. So go Bucks, beat cancer. What's Schleich's got to say?
That's also why you set 18 alarms. Listen, man, you got to know how you get attacked and what are your weaknesses. That's called self-introspection, okay? And I know that I struggle mightily with getting up in the morning, okay?
Self-awareness, I think, is one of life's greatest traits if you got it.
That's why he sets 18 alarms.
Yeah,
18 alarms seems a bit extreme.
Seems like we could probably, I don't know, you'd think maybe 4 or 5 would get it done, but nevertheless. What's got me juiced today, guys? Mentioned it earlier. This is something I normally root for to happen maybe second, third, even the fourth weekend of September. It took till the first weekend of October, but we finally had back-to-back W's Saturday, Sunday. I think this Chris Hash defense is all of a sudden starting to find itself a little bit. Also have to give Marcus Freeman a lot of credit for not murdering one of the officials on Saturday afternoon because that was the worst officiated game I've ever seen in my life. Both ways, both Notre Dame and Boise State were getting pretty screwed on a handful of calls there. And there was one roughing the passer penalty that wiped out a pick that Marcus was absolutely losing his mind all the way through the commercial break, even when they came back from it. But nevertheless, got the win. And then Sunday in New York at the Meadowlands.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, baby? God, the Jets are so bad. But that's not Dallas's fault. Down 4 starters on the offensive line, no CD. I don't know, half the roster feels like it's out right now, and Dallas still whooped them. So that felt good. Anything else have me juiced? I think that's pretty much it, guys. Tito, that's all I got for you.
Yeah, great weekend of college football. Love all of that stuff. By the way, I will say this also has me juiced, is that I got a ton of sleep this weekend.
Nice.
Like I did back-to-back nap days.
Ooh.
And the one last night wasn't even a nap, because I think it's up from like 2 to 6. Like it was damn near full on.
How did you go to bed at night?
Oh, dude, I've been catching my sleep. I had no problem going to bed at night. It's a rare talent, but kudos to the wife for managing everything while I decided to sleep without telling her. I just fell asleep and didn't really announce it. I didn't say, like, hey, I'm going to take a nap. I just pretty much just took a nap.
There was no declaration?
There was no, like, honey, do you mind if I take a nap? It was just, where's Jeff? Oh, wait.
He's sleeping.
And so that's
was that in the bed, or did you just sleep in the chair, like a chair or couch?
downstairs in a it was on a in the spare room is where it was.
So you went into the guest like a spare room.
I have a computer down there also, and I was doing some work,
watching old games.
No, doing some work. And I looked over and said, you know what, that looks mighty comfortable over there. I just have to partake in that. And sure enough, I did.
4 hours later.
And one of the things, I wake up and I see it's a little bit dark outside. I see my phone briefly says 6 o'clock, and I'm like, AM or PM? And I said, I can't remember if I got Bodie a show sheet. The show's already started. Why hasn't Bobby called me? And then I realize it's PM, and I go upstairs and join the rest of the world. But
it's essential personnel only, Thitoff.
That's fine, Bob. That's fine. Do you guys ever have that? I guess you probably have it.
Oh, I've woken up before and like taking naps really hard, and I'm thinking like, oh gosh, it's light out. Did I sleep through the show? Oh wait, I already did the show earlier today.
Yeah,
that's happened to me.
That's a very real thing. Like that's out of all the things I'm scared of in life, that's probably the thing I'm most scared of is oversleeping on a day when we've got a show. On a morning we've got a show.
Yeah, today would have been that day for me, and I probably should have just called in. I don't want to do that to you guys though.
I appreciate that. You brought it today, man. An undefeated weekend, you're still celebrating.
Exactly.
Well, you should
keep the party rolling.
Yes.
Me and Charlie.
Yes. Thank you to all the juicers.
Tito and I went home 4 weeks later, came back. Bobby was still going.
Still partying.
Still going. Appreciate all the juicers, though, chiming into the chat like that. We always love the interaction, both good and bad. Love it all. They came through with the West Side story, among other things, and some of the other news regarding the Sanchez incident, which now falls to second. Now the butt fumble now is second among things people look up about Mark Sanchez the most. Butt fumble used to be number one.
Amazing.
Now it's the stabbing will be in there, and we'll get more details on that, I'm sure. But make sure you folks listen. We can download the show anytime, obviously. We're going to be replayed from 1 to 3 on 1460 AM or Fan 2 station there. Also, 10 TV Plus. But it's been great with you all today. We will talk again tomorrow. Morning Juice.